Welcome. This presentation is regarding the lessons learned brief about the ransomware security incident. We will cover the following topics in this brief: overview of the incident, what happened during the incident, methods used for responding to the incident, recovery strategy, effectiveness in incident response team, improvements in incident response, improvements in security awareness, and finally, management of system security. During the Global Economic Summit, participants realized that their system had been hacked with the Reventon ransomware attack. Reventon disguised as a national law enforcement agency to extort money. Reventon encrypted all files shared with the compromised system. In this case, it wanted $500 for each country, which was later increased to $5,000. When an HR employee got an email with a malicious Excel attachment, the ransomware attack infiltrated the network. With further investigation, potential malicious activity was discovered from an internal employee. The ransomware was spread by a phishing attack. As previously stated, the email with the Excel attachment seemed to come from a vendor. This attack was able to enter the network due to poor access controls and firewall configuration, as well as lack of strong security policy enforcement. The methods used for responding to this particular incident included identifying malicious activity and all IP addresses involved, identifying and analyzing the attachments of encrypted files, decrypting the files and passwords, and finally recovering and restoring user files and workstations to their normal state. The most important steps for recovery are containment and eradication. For containment, the first action any organization should take is to make regular backups. Second, prevent malware from being delivered and spreading to devices. Third, prevent malware running on the devices. At last, prepare for the incident by identifying your critical assets and determine the impact to them. Now for eradication. The first action is to immediately disconnect affected systems from all network connections. Second, reset all credentials including all passwords. Third, safely wipe the infected devices and reinstall the operating system. Fourth, before you restore from a backup, verify that it is free from malware. At last, install, update, and run antivirus software and monitor all network traffic. Through a highly coordinated response, the incident response team was able to restore all files and systems to the previous state. The rapid reaction also allowed files to be isolated, preventing further compromise of the system and all files. And finally, every piece of evidence was preserved. It was established after the incident had been contained and eradicated that a few failed security controls led to the Reventon malware infecting endpoints. Those failed security controls are firewall blacklists, endpoint security, and system integrity checks. In order to improve the organization's security and avoid future attacks, the organization should have properly reconfigured a firewall blacklist, implement periodic security awareness training, and conduct vulnerability scans on all files. Focusing on security awareness, some improvements can be made for the organization. The following improvements are examining and modifying any current acceptable use policies, emphasizing the importance of recognizing and avoiding social engineering methods like phishing, and implementing a security awareness training program that develops with current cyber threats on a quarterly basis. The Reventon malware incident helped identify some system improvements that can be made to prevent further attacks. These include access controls that should be reviewed and managed throughout the organization. Security awareness training should be reviewed and reinforced. Strengthening of the network infrastructure by reviewing and changing optimal configuration parameters should be conducted. Examination of endpoint security and layered security measures should be in place. And finally, conducting frequently security audits to ensure that system security is always consistent. This concludes the presentation. I hope this was informative. If you have any questions, please let me know.